muchachos, welcome back. Today's video has been very requested by you guys in a healthy habits video that I filmed not too long ago. I can link my healthy habits playlist down below. I just have a few videos in there if you want to check it out. But I think in the first one that I did, I talked about stretching every single day. There's so many benefits behind it, and I encourage you to watch that video. And I can also link some articles maybe down below that talk about the benefits of stretching and why it really is important to incorporate this into your daily routine. I'm gonna go ahead and put the timestamp right here for when the stretching video actually starts. I just felt like I needed to give out a little bit of an intro talking about what the series is going to do. The reason I just have the timestamp just put up there is because I want this to be a video you can refer back to. You can save it into your favorites or just have it in a tab, and you can just start right off when I start stretching and end when I end. This is an easy follow along video, and I hope you guys like this. I have been stretching every day for over a decade now. I remember being 12 years old and waking up and actually doing some stretches or doing stretches during lunch. I've always been kind of flexible naturally, and then stretching just always felt really nice to do. So it's a great habit that I've really kept up and that I really enjoy. So for today's video, I'm just gonna share a simple stretching routine with you guys that I do pretty often. Kind of depending on the day, depending on what I want to work on. But this one for the most part is just kind of an overall stretch, and it's something that you just sit and do. You don't have to stand up and do different positions. You can do this in silence, you can do this with music, you can do this watching a show, you can do this while reading. So that's kind of why I wanted to start my stretching routine series, because I do want to make this a series here on my channel. I want to start here. This is really basic. This is stuff that my massage therapist has showed me to do, my chiropractor, as well as my midwife, because I am in the 3rd trimester of my pregnancy. But as always, check with your doctor or whoever is taking care of your health and just ask if doing these certain positions are a wise idea. I'm really excited to incorporate this into my channel because it's something that's a huge part of my life, and I really want to share it with you guys. So if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So obviously I'm on the ground right now. I'm just on the bare ground, but if you want to get a yoga mat, please go ahead and do so. I'm on the hunt to find an environmentally friendly yoga mat, something made from plastic bottles or something. So if you have any ideas of what I could get, please leave that in a comment down below. But for now, I'm just sitting on the bare ground, and it doesn't bug me too much at all. I'm in nice comfy clothes, so I can really stretch out, and nothing is reducing my movements or stopping my movements. So what I'm going to do is first just work on upper body. I get really tight through here in my neck and my upper back, so I just want to relieve a lot of that tension. So the first thing that I'm going to do is super simple. I'm just going to take my head and tilt it to the side. Make sure you don't shrug your shoulders, just really drop your shoulders and let your head fall. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. And while I'm doing this, I'm focusing on my breathing, just breathing in through my nose. And sometimes out through my mouth, if I remember. Breathing in through your nose will just get more oxygen to the brain. Obviously really healthy. Next, I'm just going to continue with doing some neck stretches. So I'm going to go ahead and look to the corner of the room, and I'm going to tilt my head to the side, tilting away from, I guess for me, my camera. We're going to get a nice good stretch through here, and it's going to come all the way down through here. Some people can even feel this through their face. I'm going to come up and do the same to the other side. My head I'm pulling away from the camera. I just want to get as much of a stretch through here as possible. And this is probably my favorite. It's just taking my head and dropping it forward. Don't shrug your shoulders, don't roll your back just yet. We just want to focus on really pulling our heads forward and getting a nice stretch through the muscles surrounding our spine in the back. And we're gonna come on up. And then we're just gonna quickly do some nice rolls of the neck, of the head. This feels so good. You can just do half if you want, or you can go all the way around. Kind of depends on how your neck is doing. Feels so good. I'm gonna go ahead and take my hands. I'm gonna clasp them behind me. I'm gonna pull them back. You can pull them as high as you want. You can keep them pretty low, but what I'm trying to do is really reduce a lot of the tension that I have through here. Don't feel like you have to way stick out your chest and your belly. Just really let your arms do the work and pull your arms up as much as you can. And we're gonna continue to breathe. This is a stretch I feel like I can hold forever because the amount of relief that I just get through this area feels so good. Next, I'm going to take my hands, clasp them together again. I'm going to pull everything forward. It is safe here to round your back. My chiropractor actually really recommended it, especially if you have a lot of back pain, to roll your back, kind of curve your back. Don't let yourself start slouching, but just let your back kind of curve a bit, and you can drop your head. Oh, that feels so good. I'm going to take my hands and just lift them up. And I'm making sure that I am really lifting up through my torso, especially being pregnant. I want to make a lot of room for the baby in my belly, as well as give my lungs more room to have air come in. Feels so good. I feel so much more loose through this area. So next I'm just gonna go ahead and take the heels of my feet, just kind of the pads of my feet, and put them together. Some people feel more comfortable with them a little more far from their body. For me, I kind of like to have it pretty snug, close to my inner thigh area. And I'm just gonna let this sit here for a little bit. Go ahead and kind of move your legs around. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time for these muscles to relax and soften through here. So I like to give it a little bit of time. Feels so good. I love being in this position. So what I'm going to do next is just lean forward. This is going to help with lower back pain. This is also going to really open up this area. If you're pregnant, this is great for when you're in labor. If you have a lot of lower back pain, this is going to really release a lot of tension there. So what I'm going to do, I don't want to curve my back. We want to have good posture here and just work on almost thinking of yourself being a washboard and just kind of leaning forward. If you can put your arms on the ground, awesome. And continuing to breathe. Sometimes it's so hard to remember. Sometimes you want to hold your breath in different positions, but one of the best things you can do is continually breathe. Bring as much good oxygen into your body as possible. So next, I'm just going to take one hand and just put it on the ground in front of me. I'm going to take my other hand and put it on the ground behind my leg, and I'm just going to twist my body. Again, you don't want to be slouching like this. You want to twist it and have as good posture as possible. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. We're going to come back to the center and just let ourselves sit here for a little bit. Now, if you're watching this video and you're going, I can't go that low, that's not that big of a deal. This is something that you really have to work to. If you're someone watching this video and can really see yourself going a lot lower, please do. I feel like just with my pregnancy and how big my belly is, a lot of my movements are a little restricted right now. So go ahead and push yourself back up. You're probably feeling a lot of release in this area. Sometimes it can feel a little uncomfortable. If you feel uncomfortable, go ahead and put your legs together. I can only put them this much together. My belly kind of stops me. But I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of roll them out onto the side. Again, with good posture, and just kind of sit here. You feel a little bit of a stretch through this leg and maybe a little bit of a stretch through this side of your body. Go ahead and just roll on over and do the other side. Again, you're kind of feeling a stretch through here and maybe up through here on this side of your body. So I'm going to carry on, but if you really feel like through here is almost even hurting in a sense, you can just stop here, but I'm going to continue because I really like keeping this very loose. So I'm going to take my legs out from side to side. You can have your legs a little more narrow. Just make sure you're not putting your feet in like this as we're doing the positions. You want your feet to stay quite up. I'm just going to take my feet out like this. We want to make sure we're not folding our feet in. So in this position, there's a lot of moves that you can do that are going to help with any side tension and tightness. I get a lot of this in my pregnancy because I can feel like I just want to be like this all the time. So I really want to make sure that I don't have anything that's kind of forcing me to collapse my body. So I'm going to keep a nice high torso, and I'm going to go ahead and just put my arms out to the side. This is a very simple stretch. You're going to go from one side to the other. Just kind of loosen this area. And I'm going to go ahead and take this hand and root it on the floor behind my leg and stretch this arm over. You're gonna feel a nice, really intense, deep stretch through here. For me, I feel it a lot through here. I'm going through my arm. And don't fall in. Try to keep nice and open. We're gonna do it again to the other side. Just going from side to side, just really loosening up those muscles before we go into a deeper stretch. So again, root your hand down into the floor. Reach and come back up. If you want, you can continually do that a couple more times. But for me, I want to really just continually relieve some of my lower back pain. So I'm going to go ahead and lean forward. Again, if you need to readjust your legs, go ahead and do so. I like to keep them quite open, and it also gives me more room for my belly to kind of fall. So I'm going to go ahead and just slowly walk my arms forward. If you feel like the stretch is a little bit too much, you can go ahead and move your legs in. If you feel like the stretch could be a little bit more, go ahead and move your legs out a little bit. And still breathing. I used to be able to do this position and lie completely down on the ground, and I would stay there for a long time, just really reduce a lot of my just tightness through my lower back and through my inner thigh area. But right now with my pregnancy, my belly just kind of stops me. So I just want to stay in a comfortable position. I don't want to push myself or squish my baby. I find it's really uncomfortable in the 3rd trimester recently. So if I can put myself into a position that's a little more comfortable, I'm gonna do it. So the next thing we're gonna do, and again, don't fold your feet in, just try to keep them out. Again, we're gonna plant our hand right in front of us. We're gonna grab the other one and put it pretty close to our foot. And we're gonna straighten this arm and bend this one. And we're gonna get a nice stretch through our upper torso area and the inner thigh. And again, try not to hunch. Just try to keep as straight as possible. I know sometimes it can be hard, but if you're gonna stretch, just do it safely, right? We're gonna go again to the center. We're keeping this arm nice and straight, and this arm we're gonna bend. We're gonna come back to the center and just walk ourselves in. And go ahead and take your legs, pull them in. Whew. I can definitely feel that. Go ahead and cross your legs, and we're just going to finish again with some of our neck stretches. So we're just gonna go ahead, tilt to the side. I like to begin with the neck and end with the neck a lot of the time. This is where I'm the most tight. This is where I see my massage therapist often, and she'll massage through my neck, and it's almost as if she's massaging marbles off of my muscles. That's what it feels like. That's how tight I am. So I really like to have a really stretched out neck. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop, tuck my chin. Go ahead and take your hands and curve your back a little bit. Get a nice stretch through there. And pull on up. I love pulling up. I can just breathe. And drop your arms. So that was my stretch that I wanted to show you guys today. This is something that can be done every single day. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, just like pretty much everything that you do. I hope you really enjoyed it. Again, be sure to subscribe to my channel and let me know down below if you would like to see more of these types of stretching videos. And if so, what should I specifically work on? Where do you have pain? Do you have leg pain, upper body pain, back pain? I'm really thankful to have such a good chiropractor, massage therapist, and midwife to show me different moves that could really help to reduce pain just in the body by simply stretching. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!